time has come, the walrus said.
Welcome back to... welcome back to Matador Online Game, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have a special guest of Nick on Planet Ripple, or just Nick. Welcome to the episode.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh no.
Yeah, wow, it's been a while since I last played this game. I love the masks that they picked for the villagers. Just the specific choices, like, oh, we'll have a Komao in this sand blue color, just to make him stand out. Like, the expression kind of fits him, he's an oddball.
And, something I want to point out just before we get started heavily in this episode, Nick is someone who's a big Bionic fan, big Lego fan. If you want to check out his channel, link in the description and all that. And he's actually got a Let's Play of this exact game from like 7 years ago. So if you're interested, go ahead and check that out. I actually remember watching that all the way through back when it was first coming out.
I love this game's art style, and I will never get over just how beautiful and smooth and crisp the foreground looks, and then you've got that terrible JPEG eating up the sky.
Yeah, which is definitely noticeable in Kokoro compared to most other places.
Yeah, because most of the other skies are drawn.
Yeah. I think I talked about all this before, because now we just gotta get this letter from Nuju to all the other Turaga. These guys, I like how this guy's just always carrying the lava surfboard throughout the whole game, even though we have it.
He's afraid to use it. He just wants to look cool. He's like, yep, I'll get around to surfing someday. So, you found your way back after all. I'm not gonna read all the dialogue.
Well, it's not really necessary, especially at this point, since a lot of what's happening is just, giving this letter to all of the Turaga, and they all say the exact same thing. They say, thank you, adventurer, for showing this to me. You're as noble as your reputation and resourceful, and then that's it. And we have to do that with every Turaga. It's a little tedious, but it's also kind of a way to take you back to all the years we've explored at this point, to revisit all of them, give you a reminder of how they're much better now than they were before. Nick, I don't know if you know this, I'm playing this on Biomedia Project, and the way the flute works is a little broken. So you click the flute button, and then it breaks the game like so.
Oh.
The only way to fix it is to refresh the page, and that it works like normal. I don't know why this is the case. This also happened when you first pick up the flute in Lake Koro, but I'm pretty sure this wasn't always the case on the same website.
Think it has something to do with Flash.
Probably. And that's part of the reason I did this game now when I did, because Flash is going away.
Oh, shoot. Would there be any other way to play this? Like, I mean, surely there's a way to, like, download it and just play it on your computer.
I think there's a download link on the same website. I should really put a link to this website in the description of this Let's Play. You know, I always thought it was funny in this game how long Turaga no Kama's arms were, and then just recently built like a little Koli stadium and I had Nokama in the stands, and I'm like, wow, her arms actually are longer than the other Turaga. I never noticed that.
Oh boy, so I've been working on the Toa, which is, a comic remake of Bionicle's early years. And the way I draw Nokama in that, she has this, raincoat of sorts, so you don't see her arms at first. Then she reaches up to grab Tahu for a hug. He doesn't even have to bend over much, because she's got these absurdly long noodle arms.
And I never noticed that Anua's design was somewhat different as well. He's got the longer legs. There's just, small differences that I never really noticed.
He looks like one of those old guys who pulls their pants all the way up to their chest. You essentially have to backtrack around the whole island twice, because you gotta deliver this message to the Turaga, and then you gotta go around picking up your party members.
Yep, and this is something Nuju just told us in the last episode, is that you need to recruit one Matoran that they can spare from everywhere. Nick, I made a fatal flaw in the Let's Play that I'm kind of upset about. So I got here in Lake Koro, and instead of talking to Tamaru or to Kongu, I just went over here, and I didn't realize that triggered the whole flight of the flight of the Valkyries. That triggered the game, so I didn't get to talk to them at all.
Oops.
Yeah, I haven't uploaded that part yet, so I might actually go back and replay the whole game to get to that point and talk to them then.
Oh, then this part's going to be weird when people listen to it. It's like after uploading this part, you became a time traveler and went back to correct your previous mistake. Again, love the art style of this game. This is why, see, scenes like this still looks good. This will never look old. It'll never age badly.
Yeah, and that's I mean, that's kind of the point of Lake Koro. Like, Tepu comes out here and he's all like, oh, this is beautiful, it's amazing. Although, that said, Onokoro also looks amazing.
Yeah, it's like all the Renaissance art. It just never stops looking good.
Oh, by the way, Nick, what are your thoughts on that upcoming fan game that seems to take a lot of inspiration from this? What is it, the Quest for Matanui?
I'm stoked to play it.
Yeah. It looks, looks really well made.
And up until that was revealed, I wouldn't have been sure about like a more combat-focused take on it, where you're playing as a Toa and you're smashing Rahi to pieces, because usually I would like to try to save the Rahi. But I do like the combat. When I saw Tahu whirl through the air and slam down that first Nui jog, I'm like, whoa!
I've been just constantly translating bits as I'm playing this game, and I never read that sign outside the dude's shop that says, like, my friend went to Pauahi and all I got was this lame rock or something.
Yeah, I love that one.
There's a lot of cool little details like that. I think... Is that all the places, though, now? Because Nuju...
Well, how many have you talked to? Yeah, Nuju, Matao, Vakama... Yeah, I think you might have talked to all of them.
Alright, then I believe it is time to start recruiting characters, which actually the first one is here in Kokoro. Would you look at who it is? It's Kapura.
Actually, I think he appears in any village you go to next.
Really? I didn't know that. I just went immediately to Kokoro, just because I had already backtracked through all the other places, so I figured I'd end up back here. I am to accompany you. Let us go together. Yeah, we actually have a party now, and we can click on it just like our inventory, and we can actually talk to Kapura at any point. And now we're going after other characters, which you can kind of tell who you're supposed to get in each village just based on characters you've met and interacted with. For example, we now have to get our character in Kokoro, which is actually Kopik here. We join my party and come to Kini Nui.
I read the blog from one of the members of Templar, and how this game was just supposed to be supplementary material. You know, they were supposed to release the PC game, and this was just going to be a side thing, basically just another way to advertise the theme. But when that game was cancelled, they had to put their all into this. They had to suddenly carry the weight of the whole story for that year. So they made some adjustments, especially with the whole party thing. It's funny, they had to like pick who would be your party members, and they decided, no, it's not going to be the Toe, it's not going to even be the McDonald's characters, the ones important enough to get toys. It's going to be the other guys, the losers, the misfits.
Which I kind of like that because it allows you to kind of figure out who these characters are in ways different than the toy, which is something you would want from a game like this. What are you doing tomorrow?
We got a Lei Matoran who can't fly, a Ko Matoran who can't talk.
I never gave Tamaru a voice. You want to be my guest?
Sure. Oh, hello. Matao Singer and Kongu pilot up tree. They are Brahma Swarm threatens and all good Lakorans fly defense. High branch home locked and protected. Down tree guard am I, set here because I fly not.
Alright then.
Join I will. High branch home safely guarded. No Rahi approach through brush, only from sky.
And there we are. Actually, I suppose I can just go right back here to get to Onokoro. Taking the exact same path.
Doing a couple laps, yeah, deja vu.
I already commented in the Let's Play, this is one of the best screens in the game, in my opinion.
Oh, yes.
I do kind of feel bad just at the sight of Tepu when you first see him over here. Just because he's, like, picking away, sitting down like that. Poor guy. Oh, suddenly we're on this screen. Alright.
It's you! Are we going to go on another adventure together? I would like that very much. I would very much like to go, but it's my job to dig in the mines for Protodermis. I cannot leave without asking Winua if it's okay.
I completely forgot we had to ask Winua.
Yep.
So, alright, I'll be right back. Just a little extra thing you have to do here. Don't have to ask for permission with Kopik or Tamaru, but, Tepu, I guess, is just like a little... I guess he's more important to Onokoro since he's apparently like the strongest one
here. Or he's being punished for almost getting himself killed.
Maybe. I never thought of that.
What kind of voice do you imagine him having?
Well, in the films, he always had like the deep voice, like, I've been expecting you, traveler. And now he's even deeper because he's an old man, like, I've been expecting you, traveler.
Alright, I'll give it a go.
Go ahead,
You're here to find Trahunga that might join your quest. It's a hard choice since the Rahi have been massing underground and will attack us at any moment.
Well, Nippu is brave and strong and would be the best choice, but he and his Yosori regiments are near to defend the caves. Tepu instead should go. He's not perhaps the brightest of lights in Onokoro, but his strength is equaled only by his heart. With all the work that goes on here, it's dangerous to let any go with you, let alone our strongest digger. But Tepu has seemed wistful since he was denied a visit to Lake Koro, and his thoughts have been elsewhere.
So yeah, he's an above grounder at heart.
Yeah. And that's something that I was just talking about, how it's not about what characters you know from the toys, it's about what characters you've grown to like in this game. And you grow to like Tepu for being, like, exploring, or for trying to explore and being adventurous and wanting to come with us on this journey to the Kini Nui. Okay, now I think you can come with us. There we go. So there's Pokoro, and then Gakoro is the last one we need. Actually, no, Maku is one of the... She's the one we're going to be recruiting. She's one of the McDonald's toys, isn't she?
Yes, she's like the one exception.
It's kind of weird how, like, they introduced this this astrologer character who totally could have been the person that came with us.
Yes! Oh my gosh, Nixie would have been perfect.
But she's not named in this game at all. She's only named in, I think, the second Matter Nui Online game, or just another media in general. Here she's just known as the astrologer. But I think she would have fit this whole party because we were able to explore the further territory, or the further underneath. But I feel like she would be a bit more appropriate since she's helped our journey a bit more in getting us the sundial for the underground bit.
It probably would have happened if she'd been given a name. Then again, we'd have like 4 party members with this mask. Oh, I couldn't think of a voice to give him. Give him a Nicolas Cage voice.
Oh, I'm not giving carving lessons today. Don't you know they're rahi about? If you want to see my artwork, you should do so in Pokoro. It's safer there. Although I do not know for how long. I haven't really given him a voice up to this point, just because before you couldn't actually...
That's great.
Like,
that works.
It works. I'm going to go with that. But you couldn't really talk to him. Like, all he had was speech bubbles. Oh, you have need of my great skills. Who am I to deny fame and glory, even if I do not last to see it? Well, gee, that's dark. Welcome to our party, Hafu. That's something I've been bringing up a lot in this Let's Play, is that this game does a lot of things that you wouldn't see in other LEGO stuff, like death and people being horrified of, like, dark shadows looming.
They referred to it very vaguely here. You know, it'd be a few years before they actually used words like die and decapitation and evisceration.
Hello, Chronicler. I heard Huki was sick and that you helped him become better. Thank you. I mean, I'm sure the Pokorans are glad to have him back.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how we come here, Maku's town is in danger, and she's like, oh, go tell Huki I'm well. Then we go to Pokoro, Huki's in danger, and now he's like, oh, go tell Maku I'm well. Like, you guys both aren't well, and then you both are well. Yeah, we have to talk to Nokama after Maku joins us, or at least we can. The way to the Kini Nui lies beyond the waterfall near our village. It is likely that Maku can find a boat. Yeah, she'll just find one, I guess. It was probably there. I always like the screen, but anyway, the goal here is to use Maku, which, for some reason, the dialogue box is just blank whenever it's the character you're supposed to use. But, like Taraga Nokama says, she's just gonna find us a boat.
Yeah, she had it stashed here, so she could sneak away to see Huki.
I suppose so. So you mentioned that they weren't originally planning on making this a huger project. Was that, like, did they realize that after they released the first couple episodes, or before it even was released at all?
I think it was like when the game was like half developed at least, when that PC game was cancelled and they realized, oh shoot, we're gonna have to basically tell 2 stories now. So they, added this part because, well, they didn't want to suddenly switch it and make it about Tao and the others, though you do still see what happens to them. And they basically had to just pull this all together, and I think it turned out beautifully.
This bit we need to use tomorrow.
Where ground path fails? Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Wow, he's the only one who talks.
Apparently.
His arms are green for some reason.
Yeah. We were just complimenting how good it looks, and they got all the... They could draw all this, but they couldn't color his arms right in that one scene. I believe we need Tepu here. And he's just right there, but he can't do it all alone. He needs the help of Hafu, who, funny enough, looks very similar to Tepu, just if you look at the body down.
They make that a gag in future games where people get the 2 mixed up all the time.
right then.
Oh, I was waiting for you to say the line in the Nick Cage voice.
I forgot the Nicolas Cage voice. I should have done it. That's probably the last Toph who's gonna talk now. Hold on, I'll click on him. Oh, this land is a place of beauty and also sadness. Oh, there's no greater craftsman than Matanui.
Holy crap, he is such a perfect fit. Just his lines.
I mean, at least he appreciates the great spirit.
But these are exactly the sorts of things that Nicolas Cage would say.
I suppose so. So I notice, alright, Kapura just has nothing to say. Go peek, there we go.
Who also has nothing to say, but he says it more poignantly. I do like how nimble the Matoran are. You know, they have such stumpy little bodies, but they can jump far, you know, they can run pretty quick.
Yeah. So this opens up?
That face, I just realized recently that it reminds me of a mantis's head. You know, just like the four mandibles. That's what it looks like to me now. It looks like a bug face.
Yeah, or the Predator from this angle. Oh, there's the Kini Nui itself. Let's head on down.
Yep, there's our destination. And what I like about this is that it's not like you immediately teleport there after you reach ground level. You still have to go a little ways.
Yeah, there's not a lot of teleporting about throughout this game, like, at all. Except, of course, when you're using the bird, but that's, like, there's a gameplay reason for that. I think that's gonna be the end of this part, ladies and gentlemen. Nick, do you feel like sticking around for the next part, or...?
Yeah. This is where it starts getting really good.
Indeed. So tune in next time, guys. We'll have more Nick. And, we're heading to the Kini Nui, all that goodness.